There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
Welcome everybody to the Developer Insights call for AIRO that we have every Monday night. This call is set up so that we can actually help all brand new AIRO users get set up or answer any questions they may have about the software, any of the strategies, whatever the case may be. So my name is Nate. I am the developer of AIRO. Quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Auvoria Prime is not a financial advising company. I am simply here to help educate you on how to utilize the software in a live environment. All right. Now that we got that out of the way here, who actually, one thing we like to do is a lot of people that get on this call already are set up and good to go. Might have slight questions, but who here is new to AIRO and who actually needs help setting up? You got a second here to. New, but you got to set up from the videos. Cool. All right. So, Francis is new, but got everything set up from the videos. All right. You say you're lost. Where you lost at? Videos are pretty self-explanatory. Everything step by step. Where are you lost? Using the software, how? What do you mean by that? The strategies. Where you lost at? There's a lot of software that come with the AIRO suite. Where to enter the trade? Have you gone through the strategy videos? They explain exactly when to enter the trade every time for every strategy. It's kind of hard to answer when there's multiple strategies. We can go over some of those strategies, but every strategy video shows you exactly when to enter the trade, where to take profit at, where to put stop loss at. New setup, but you can't get H4, H1 to give them notifications. They don't happen as often. So they come, but they don't come often. Especially now, the market's been trending. So it's definitely not getting a lot of notifications on the higher time frame because the markets have been trending, but they happen, just not as often. Plus, it depends on also what pairs you're looking at. If you're only looking at a certain amount of pairs, you have to wait for those pairs. Whereas if you're looking at all 28 pairs, you may get them more often. Correct. So you get pairs for. So the dashboard, if you have all the pairs you want to watch on the dashboard will give you notifications, buy or sell notifications for all pairs that you have on the dashboard. But yes, AIRO will also give you notifications on the actual chart as well. But the dashboard and the chart will give you the same notifications at the same time. Let me go ahead and get my chart set up real quick so that we can go over a few things for one of our users here who said they're having a hard time figuring out when to enter the trade. I'm all set up. Would like to know if there's a way to change the AIRO chart template to include the binary ATM. Is the template locked? I have to make a new template. So the templates are locked. The VPS is locked down for security reasons. So the company has locked down the VPS. So the only way changes can be made are if I make it on my end. Is the dashboard based on a particular strategy? I find I miss a lot of trades simply because I am not on the particular chart. So the dashboard is not based on a strategy. The dashboard just gives you notifications of when the arrows pop up. All right. Let's go over it. Let's go ahead and go over real quick. All right. I'll share my screen. We'll go over the dashboard. So we have a few questions about the dashboard. And then we'll also go over particular strategy. So here's your GBP. All right. To add a dashboard, first thing you want to do, as it states in the video, come up here to the templates folder up here. Select that and select blackout. If you don't see AIRO or you don't see blackout, then you need to submit a ticket. All right. I repeat, if you don't have AIRO or blackout in your drop down template section, you need to submit a ticket. All right. I select blackout. It blacks out the chart here. I then come underneath the word charts and I select the gold folder with the gold star. That's your navigator. I select that and you get your pop up here. I want to come down here to the expert advisors tab. Hit the plus sign next to expert advisors. And there it is, your AIRO dashboard. Your AIRO dashboard. You want to double click on that. All right. You want to come to common. Make sure these 4 are check marked. Enable alerts. Allow live trading. Allow DLL imports. Allow import of external experts. These 4 need to be check marked. Then you come to inputs. Here's where the magic happens. Here you can select to look at all 28 pairs, or you can double click it and go to the drop down and select core 7, which is just the 7 major pairs, or the top 14 pairs, or just GBP pairs, JPY pairs. All right. I like to just select on pair list because I like to look at more than just Forex pairs. All right. Next, you come to time frames to use. You select what time frames you want to use, which ones you want the dashboard to monitor and give you notifications for. All right. I only care about these time frames right here when I'm trading. So I always take mine down to these M5, M15, H1, H4. And then on pair lists, I come in here, oops, and I delete all that. And I add in my pairs. I like to watch the G pairs. I'm going to put them in all capital letters, no space, comma. GBP USD, all capital, no space, comma. GBP AUD, all capital, no space, comma. GBP NZD, all capital, no space, comma. GBP CAD, all caps, no space, comma. GBP CHF, all capital, no space, comma. And then I like to look at DAX, capital DAX, and that's it. Don't worry about a comma at the end when you're done. Then I come down here. I want to make sure that template for new chart, that needs to say AIRO, capital AIRO. That way, when you select the box, it'll pull up that chart for that time frame with AIRO already on it. I'll explain what I mean here in a second. And then come down here, ADR, number of days. I like to change that to 10 because I want to look at the number of the 10 ADR, 10-day ADR. Then I hit OK. There it is. All up and running. Everything's blacked out right here. Now, if any of these are grayed out, that means you've inputted it in incorrectly. You've inputted it in wrong. I'll show you. So let's go in here and add DAC. So we thought we were putting in DAX, but we hit the wrong button. And right next to X is the C button. All right, we hit C. Give everything a second to pop up here. Boom, everything popped up except for DAC. And you can't click on it because it doesn't exist. All right, if you ever want to go back to the settings, just click on the smiley face up here, bring you back to the settings. Now I come down here and I delete that off. I don't need it. All right, everything here is inputted incorrectly. Give it a second to update. And there it is, everything's blacked out. All right, so on the dashboard, the first thing you have in this column here is the symbols. These are symbols, your pairs. These are 6 Great Britain pound Forex pairs. And then this DAX is a London-based indice. So it's an indice, all right, German indice. Your broker may have it called the German 30, so GER30 or GER40, or DAX, or DE30, or D as in David, E as in Echo, DE40. Those are the 5 names that this indice is known by. DE30, DE40, GER30, GER40, or DAX. It all depends on your broker. My broker now calls it DAX and does not call it anything else anymore. All right, next is the spread. SPR is spread. All right, let's go take a look to see what the spread is. The spread is, as you see here, you see this red line and then the white line. The red line is the ask. The white line is the bid. If I hit buy, it's going to put it at the red line because you always buy at the ask. Boom, you see? I hit buy, set the ask line. If I hit sell, it's gonna be the entry for the sale is gonna be at the white line because you always sell at the bid. All right, this is my demo account, so I'm not worried about it. That's why I get on a demo account for these calls to show you guys and how it all works. So that's the bid down here, the ask up here. The difference in between this gap, how big the gap is, you see 736 to 749 or 737 to 750, that's 1.3. That means this difference, the gap is 1.3 pips. All right, so 1.3, GBP JPY, 1.3 pips. GU is 0.9, GOD is 2.9, GBP NZD is 3.2, and it's red because anything of 3 and above, is skeptical. You definitely want to watch it because it's going to be and I'll explain why here. Let's go back. Let's go to GBP NZD. All right, see how big that is? So if I hit a buy right here, before I get in profit, this white line has to be above the entry line. If I hit sell right here, the red line has to get below the entry line for me to be in profit. The wider your spread is, the longer it takes for you to get in profit, and the bigger your spread is, the bigger negative you'll be when you enter into a trade. All right, that's how it works. That is how it works. All right. So I don't like to enter in when the spread is above 3. Therefore, that's why I've set it up to where if it gets above 3 for Forex pairs, it'll get red and you'll see. Anything else, it doesn't matter. All right. Daily open. This just means that since the new day began, this is how many pips you are up or down from the beginning of the day. So GBP JPY, as you can see here, the day started here. It's up 21 pips from where it started. It's up. All right. Because the new day started right here on this candle right here. And price is 21 pips above where it started. All right. You can see here for GBP AUD, price is 24 pips below where it started. So if we go to GBP AUD, you see it started up here. It's way down here. All right. Weekly open, same thing, except for the week. From when the day started, from the week started on Sunday, it just tells you is price up or down from where it opened up for the week, and if so, how many pips? All right. And then ADR. ADR stands for average daily range. It tells you the average number of pips prices moved for the last 10 days average. So GBP JPY in the last 10 days, it's averaging 124 pip moves. So on average, it moves 124 pips a day for the last 10 days. That's what it's been averaging. All right, and so forth and so on for all these. So I use this from the standpoint of like when it gets yellow, that means that price has moved 75% of the way. So let's say this is 100 or like 80 right here. All right, 80. So when price gets to 60, because 75% of 80 is 60, this will turn yellow. The numbers will turn yellow. Now, if it gets to 90%, which is 72 pips or more, then this turns red. So just let you know that when it's red, the potential for price to reverse in the opposite direction is high because price has exhausted out. It's moved more than its average daily range for those 10 days. Or I know not to get into a trade, because if I'm looking for a trade, I'm looking to get in and I'm looking for 20 pips. Or if I only have 5 pips left between how many pips is moved and the ADR number, the probability of it hitting 20 pips in that direction is low. All right. And then, of course, you have your time frames here that you want to monitor. You guys know I only look at these 4. Underneath it is the timers. So it tells you how much time you have until the next H4 candle, H1 candle, or whatever candle pops up. And then you have the charts here, or the graphs. So if I select this one right here, it's going to pull up the 15-minute chart for GBP USD. And because I selected AIRO right here as my template for new chart, when I select that, boom, it's going to put AIRO on the chart with me, for me. All right. That's how it works. All right. And then when you get a notification from this dashboard, every time, let's say this is green right here. Let's say this pops up green. When it pops up green here, that means GBP AUD has an up arrow on the 5-minute chart. That's what that means. If this one pops up red, that means the DAX has a down arrow that has popped up on H4. So when it pops up, you just select that box that's popped up, and you'll come here and you see the arrow. All right, that's how it works. That is how it works. All right, so from a dashboard standpoint, the dashboard is going to send out a notification that says potential buy or sell. If you have a chart open with AIRO on it, the chart with AIRO open on it will also send you a notification that will say AIRO potential buy or sell. All right, so both give notifications. You can turn either of them off. All right, but they just so you know, so you don't get confused. If it says potential buy or sell, that comes from the dashboard. If it just says AIRO buy or sell, that comes from AIRO being on your chart. All right. So before we move on, let me come back and see if there's any questions around the dashboard. Let me come back here. How can I move my navigator? It's on the right side of your chart. I don't know. I've never seen it before. Let me see if I can move it. Oh, just grab it and move it. Let me show you here. Guys got to play around with this type of stuff. I figured it out pretty quick. Just play around with it. Don't be scared. All right. Come in here. Here's my navigator. It's up. I click on the little toolbar here that says navigator. And I can literally drag it to the other side. And it shouldn't be covering up your chart, because you see if I put it over here, or right here, you can move it anywhere you want to. All right. I want to put mine on the side of the chart. Then you can just hit the icon right here with the gold folder or gold star. It goes away. All right. When I select the pairs that I want plus the time frame, when I go back, I have to put it again. Yes, you cannot save your template. That is correct. You'll have to go put it in again. You cannot save your template. I was going to make a template for the dashboard, but everybody looks at something different. So it doesn't make any sense to actually set up a template when everybody looks at something different. So I didn't set a template up for that. So you have to go back in there and redo it every time. But you're in a BPS, so you should be able to do it at the beginning of the week, and then you shouldn't have to do it no more for the rest of the week. And then at the end of the week, as always, you should reboot your software. All right, reboot your VPS and do the Microsoft upgrade. And then yes, at the beginning of the new week, you have to set it back up again. All right, now to go in here and show you Nikari SJ, how to use the software. I'll show you strategy number 1. Please go in there and watch the strategy videos. All right. If you go in and watch the strategy videos, it will show you how and when and why to take trades. All right. So GBP, JPY. First thing you would do, we're on let's get to the 15-minute chart. Let's zoom out. Let's count our zones. All right. We've got 8 green zones and 4 red zones, which means what? Means we are in an uptrend, which means we should only be taking buy trades. All right. And guess what? There it is. There's a buy trade. Price came down, bounced off the green zone, went up. You have an up arrow. It's above the moving average. Therefore, you should have hit buy. Boom. On this candle right here. Boom. When this candle closes right here, the arrow will pop up. All right. I don't like repainting. If you guys have ever used an indicator where, let's say, the arrow or whatever notification popped up to tell you to buy or sell, it pops up and disappears, pops up and disappears. That's called repainting. Repainting. All right. That is not good. My arrows pop up and they stay up. They don't change. All right. They don't change. All right. So once this candle closes, this arrow pops up. Therefore, let me get rid of this. All right. And therefore, your entry is going to be on this candle. Price went about almost 3.5 pips backwards. All right, 3.5 pip drawdown, and then it ran up 28 pips. Ran up 19 pips right to the top of the zone, but 28 pips total. That's it. TP hit 20 pips. 20 pips. All right. So literally, when this arrow pops up, you do one thing. You verify you have more green zones than red zones. We have more green than red. It bounced off of the zone, the green zone. It came up above the moving average here, the blue line. You have an up arrow, enter the trade, next candle. Zoop. Only 3.5 pip drawdown. 3.5 pip drawdown to get 28 pips. It's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Come back here, see if that made sense to you. Hope that made sense to you, Nika Yuri SJ. I hope that's how you pronounce the name there. Great, great, great. All right, anybody else? Any other comments, questions, concerns? What pairs work best? All of them. Everything works best. Strategy 1 works on everything. So strategy 1 is the foundation of the AIRO software. It works on anything. Forex, indices, crypto, stock options, for those who don't know, stock options, binary options, anything it works on. You have to just make sure you're practicing over and over again, understanding when to use it, how to use it, why to use it. All right. Just watch that strategy number 1 video. you can put your trade into MT4 on both the computer and on your phone. If I choose apply to this chart only, that means I have to drop it on every chart cover. That's correct. If you select only apply to this chart, it will only apply the EA in those settings for that chart only. If you apply it to all open orders, then anytime you enter a trade on that account, it'll manage the orders. Any other questions? Any other questions that you guys want to go over? I saw somebody typing. As you were doing it on GU, how do you select the price to enter? I just explained that. Once the arrow pops up, you hit buy, you hit sell. That's it. Or you don't. The price is selected when you hit buy or sell. All right, that's it. That's it. Like literally, if you're in an uptrend, so more green than red, and you get the up arrow, and it previously bounced off of the green support, as soon as the up arrow pops up, you hit buy. And if it's in a downtrend and the down arrow pops up, you hit sell. That's it. I use the strategies to determine my entries. All right. Same thing we talked about before. All right. Yep. Simple. Very simple. Whoa. I am not able to see the zones on all my charts. Not really sure what you mean by that, but if you don't see the zones, what I would do is delete the indicator off and then reapply it. So I'll show you. All right. Open up a new chart. All right. Come here. Arrow. All right. So if you don't see all your zones, all right, a couple of things. Number one, you could just be in a strong downtrend and there are no real zones. All right. You see here, this long downtrend right here. All you have is 1, 2, 3, but only 2 red ones. All right. Now, if you don't see it, if it looks weird to you, then what you want to do is, number one, you can close it, reopen it, go up here to templates, hit arrow, reapply it again. All right. And then if you just have an issue other than closing it, you can just come here and reapply it. All right. And it'll reapply it for you. That is all I can really tell you. If you have any other issues, you need to submit a ticket and the IT team can work with you. All right. All right. Looks like we answered all the questions. Any other questions? Got about 23 minutes here, guys, to the end of the call. 25 minutes. Gold, thanks for all your help. Hey, no problem, no problem. That gold is trending. Yeah, no problem. No problem, no problem. Any other comments, questions, concerns, issues? Where you can find a recording. All right, let me share my screen. All right, so you can see here we're in the AIRO back office, all right, on the live stream. So if you come back to AIRO and you want to come up here to AP Live, brings you here, come down here, You want to select one of these. Like I said, my recordings all depends. This call is all my live trade sessions. So we click on that and scroll down. You'll be able to see here, showcase, boom. And you'll be see all of my videos, all 36 videos that I have, all right, are all downloaded here. And if you want to scroll over, you go to New York with Dante and Jackie, and you can find all their videos. Jason Stewart, all his videos, and Calvin and Tim, all their videos. All right, that is how you find it. All right, let's come back here. All right. All right, great. So that's where you can find all recordings, and you can go back and watch those. Also, you can go on to the YouTube channel, the Auvoria Prime YouTube channel, and from there you can on the YouTube channel you can go back and watch past videos as well. All right, anybody else? If not, I'm gonna go and cut the call early, and I can start working on the we'll finish working on the top secret project I got for you guys on the special release this coming Thursday. Yep, chart time, chart time. All right, guys, wait. We'll go ahead and cut it short. Nobody has any questions. This Thursday, 6 to 9 Eastern, 6 to 9 Central Standard Time in Dallas, Fort Worth at the Marriott, the airport, the DFW Airport Marriott. We're having AP Live Dallas. All right, you're gonna have a special guest, but you guys know Mr. Chris Cole is gonna be there. All right, and then of course I'll be releasing the 1-year anniversary upgrade to AIRO. All right, the 1-year anniversary upgrade. All right, so if you're gonna continue to trade tonight after this call, make sure to trade responsibly, and then I'll see you guys on the Funny Papers.